Hi folks, we are going to go through a couple more pattern books. This is the Perusing Pattern Books series in which we just go through some magazines, catalogs, and pattern books that I have and talk about the fun things that we discover or at least I discover and decide if I want to do them or not. And then you guys can weigh in too if there's anything in particular that you see that you want to work on yourself or feel inspired by. Gonna get situated here. There is a little bit of glare, of course, from the lighting situation we have in this room. Unfortunately, even with daylight, this room doesn't get super bright, so we have to go with a little bit of man-made lighting. And this is the Interweave's catalog of winter 2019. And of course, if you haven't watched anything in this series yet, I have these little janky flags or stickies that I'm using to mark any of the patterns that look like I can do and want to do at some point. So we'll just go ahead and flip through. There are a lot of things that are like articles and beyond just patterns. So we'll just go through, and when I see patterns that actually are interesting and can be done, I will flag them as I had said. So I hope you guys are having a good day wherever you are. It is Saturday night. Gonna film a couple videos and then get into the labor of uploading and editing. Editing doesn't take too long, it's just the actual conversion part that takes the longest. This pattern is interesting. I like straight bees. It looks like it's nice and long going over her bum there, so I like that. Let's see. How is this knit? Because if you haven't watched this series yet, or listened to this series, I am avoiding as best as I can anything that is not seamless. If it's not seamless, then it can just be passed over, because I definitely want to work seamlessly with new knitting projects. If you've watched my Jolie Mimi cardigan series, you understand how I am struggling with that. Let's see. Yay! Okay, here it says this. So let me give you some details, because you might not be able to read what this is saying from the distance here from the camera. But this is the Saturn's Rings Pullover by Adrienne Larson. And it says, much like the sparkling jewel of our solar system, the Saturn's Rings Pullover seems to glow from within. This top-down, seamless, circular yoke sweater shows how easy it is to achieve stunning results with simple techniques and stripes. This sweater is worked by holding a strand of smooth lace yarn with a fuzzy mohair and silk yarn to create a soft, ethereal, and contemporary look sure to please your inner space nerd. And it says it's using the Rowan Fine Lace and Rowan Kid Silk Haze, distributed by Surdair USA. And I actually have some kid silk or kid mohair that I've used for the color block cowl. If you've watched that video or seen it on my video menagerie, my catalog of videos that I have here, I worked several times on a cowl from a different book that we'll see again, and I knit it double-stranded with just a merino baby DK and a very thin, like a lace kid mohair blend from Hobby Yarns, HOBBII yarns, their line of kid silk, and it turned out really nice. My cousin likes it. It was for my cousin. That was from the Knit Ahead for the Holidays series, if you're wondering where that would have been. Oh, so yes, I will take a look at the level of difficulty for that one, but it's on my radar. This one, I like this pattern here. It's very interesting. I would definitely knit it longer than this, if possible, because it's too short for me. I'm not really a crop person. I've never been one to have a shirt that's shorter than my arm length. That's just me. Never have liked that, and I wouldn't want to start knitting something that isn't aesthetically my taste. So let's see if this one, what's going on with this one. Let's see. This is the Periodic Pullover by Annie Lupton. And it says, the periodic pullover is a modern, clean interpretation of the periodic table of elements. The sweater is worked from the bottom up in the round. Okay. And the top, front, and back are worked separately, flat, and seamed at the shoulders to create... Don't know what that means. If it's worked bottom up in the round, and then those are worked separately. Might not want that. We'll pass. We're passing. These, I usually bypass the stuff with like a lot of crazy cables because there's a lot of crazy cables. But if you're interested, I will tell you. It is the Oakham Tunic by Linda Marveng. Now this one, I looked at, okay, so I've had this magazine for a while, but I haven't flagged anything. I don't think I've dog-eared any pages either, but this looked fun, but you can see there's a lot of color work going on, and that's what intimidated me, and that's probably why I just looked at it and then decided to not even dog-ear it, not even flag it. Trying to see if there's any indication of how it's worked. Let's see. The Rhizome Pullover by Cheryl Toy. Have we seen that name before? Was she in the... She might have been in another Interweave magazine because that last name, Toy, is ringing a bell. Okay, top down. It's top down, one piece, but raglan, yeah. So raglan, I think, are always seamless, maybe. But that's a lot of color work, so I'll bypass that. Oh, a scarf. That looks safe. Let's see. Asteroid B612 Scarf by Bonnie Sinnott. Let's see. Once upon a time, there was a little boy with a yellow scarf. Oh, yeah! Little Prince, right? I was thinking that Asteroid made, like, kind of rang a bell in my head. And then there's, like, a little boy in a scarf. I think that's a Little Prince. Yeah. So, once upon a time, there was a little boy with yellow hair and yellow scarf. He traveled to Earth from his little asteroid home in search of a sheep and instead found a man with a broken plane. The wisdom of the little boy made such a deep impression on the man that he wrote a book to share with the rest of us. Yep. Asteroid B 612 Scarf is our tribute to the little boy and the little book that taught us the true secrets of the universe. The scarf features simple textured stitch pattern and sweet cables at the edge for a special knit suitable for beginners and experts alike. Sounds safe. I like it. Let me see. Can you guys... Sorry about that. You see the details there? Not too crazy. Alright. I think I could probably manage that. So when we get to that pattern, I'll be sure to flag it. Oh, More cables, but that's pretty. This is a lot of color work. Looking at the details down here in the lower right corner. Let's see, Star Cradle Wrap by Jennifer Miller. Photos relayed from the Hubble Space Telescope are awe-inspiring and sometimes terrifying in their vast magnificence. The Star Cradle Wrap, inspired by the Pillars of Cretan photo. Wow, creation. Oh my gosh. The Pillars of Creation photos captured by Hubble is a project of grand proportion, indulgent yarn, and non-planar geometry worked as a series of squishy garter stitch squares. Swaddle yourself in this ethereal but voluminous wrap and consider the wonder. Ooh, this looks tricky. This detail here at the top looks very tricky. Alright, so here we are to some patterns. We have Saturn's Ring Pullover, 3 out of 4 difficulty, weight 2. So that is sock? Well, something like that. Yeah. We'll put it on our flag list because you never know, we might one day feel super adventurous. What do we have? Skipping that. Asteroid scarf. Easy, right? 1 out of 4. Weight 3. Right. Now, this one I'll put this flag on this wrap as well. Oh darn. Let's try pulling from a different one. There we go. Yay, alright. On we go. Oh, that cow was a pattern, but no thank you. What else do we have? What else? Let's see. Lab of Curiosities. Knits inspired by the natural sciences. That's a lot of stripes. That is a lot of stripes. Sediment Pullover by Annie Lupton. The sediment pullover draws inspiration from geological layers of sediment and rock formations, emphasized by the rustic color of tweed yarn. This sweater, knitted from the bottom up in the round, features short row shaping to give it a curved high-low hemline. The simple wide neckline features an I-cord bind-off for a smooth, flattering edge. You know, if I used a different colorway, I might like this one. Keep that in mind. Ooh, cardigan. No pockets though, but I think I would live. Let me see how it's knit. Let's see. This is the Cilia cardigan by Susan I.C. The Cilia cardigan, featuring flowing mock cables, lace, and texture, is inspired by Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Okay. Sinensis? A flower commonly known as the Cilia plant. This oversized long cardigan with dramatic drape front and wide rib edging is comfortable, relaxed sweater made for long nights, reading and knitting by the fire. It combines mock cable texture with a simple 4-piece construction. Arr-gadar-gadar-gadar. 4-piece. That's exactly what I'm working on right now. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm working on a 5-piece. So maybe they knit all the way around and then they add each sleeve? That wouldn't be one. Well, how would they do 4? Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, like all the way around 1, collar 2, each sleeve. I don't know, but passing on that. This reminds me of something from like the 70s. Oh, cables. Looks like DNA. Long story short, it's a new day, and my phone had died last week when I was filming with you guys. So we are continuing where we left off. It's actually daylight now, and we're just going to keep going with this one. But where we left off, we were looking at this. I remember, I think, that I was talking about how complicated it looked, and I noticed that there was a DNA pattern before I read the actual title that says DNA pullover. So let's keep going. So this one's really pretty. My guess is it's more than one piece. It looks like, let's see. This is the, I can't even pronounce that. Dionia muscipula cardigan, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, knitted from the bottom up in pieces and seamed. That'll be a pass. It's pretty, but ooh, this one looks hard too. This is the stem cardigan. Stem cardigan is a cozy, oversized brioche cardigan with cables that mimic stem and leaf structures. We decided to go one step further with the theme, referencing the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs responsible for leading the next generation into science and technology, higher education, and careers. Doesn't actually say how this is combined, how it is actually knit, what the structure is as far as seamed. My guess is it might be, though. Oh, here's another cool looking sweater. The laboratory pullover. Professional laboratory pullover has the rugged look of traditional Dutch fishing sweaters, but the luxurious feel of fine merino and the modern style of seamless set-in sleeves picked up and in short rows. The rope and ladder cables and simple bands of textured stitch keep you warm whether you're in a chilly lab in a library or a northern scientific exploration. So this sounds like it's seamless. That's cool. I like her hair. This is the chrysalis pullover. Whimsical chrysalis pullover is super bulky, super soft cocoon of a sweater that will keep you warm this winter. The large central cable and bobbles remind us of a Lepidopteran transformation, but despite its cork, the design still has the elements of a classic pullover. This sweater is worked from the bottom up in pieces and has a natural V-neck created by the cable split. No, thank you. Cool, but again, seams. Let's see, we have some hats and cowl. Yep, that's fine, but not something of interest. So it looks like that sediment pullover is a 3 out of 4. I'll go ahead and flag it. If I recall from the last segment, this was knit together. Or no, was it not? It kind of looks like it might not be. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Any more patterns, or are these all the instructions? Speeding ahead. Yep, these are just the rest of the patterns. So we have successfully completed looking through the Winter 2019 Interweave Knits catalog. On to the next. Here we have the March 2019 ad kind of campaign for Knit Picks and their new yarn, or new at the time yarn, Muse. So I think I kind of leafed through this one. I think there are some displays of how this yarn is used, but I think most of this catalog is just kind of looking at the yarn itself. But here we have some cool patterns so far. Adventure awaits. So it's a pattern book, and I like that Wayfair vest. I can see, it looks like there might be a pocket here. Yeah, it looks like there's like some kind of outline. So I think there's a pocket. This one has one for sure. The Alistair vest. This is the Wayfarer vest. I like this Wembley sweater as well, and the Slade pullover. So I think a lot of this would be only work it if I know if it's knit seamlessly, which I can't say for sure. Probably have to look at more details of the pattern itself. Maybe the website explains. But the Adventure Awaits pattern book is $14.99 online, or if you want the print copy, it's $23.99. And then individual patterns are $4.99. This interlude pattern book is one that has been in my wish list cart for quite a while. However, it was mainly this sweater that really inspired me, and I'm not sure if it is seamless or not. At the time, I wasn't aware. I didn't do much research. I was just like, wow, that's mainly the color, pretty color, mainly, and then the structure, because it's, I think it's longer in the back, if I recall. And I thought that was nice. Oh, this is just so satisfying to look at these different stitch. I like this one, but all these colors I like, the different stitches and how they're knit. So pretty. So what do we have? This is Alpaca Cloud Fingering. This looks a lot like the baby alpaca that I have from Wool and the Gang. I used it to knit a double knit scarf for my cousin's daughter, and it kind of has that soft, it's definitely around that same color. If this is the exact color as advertised, it is the same, but that one is softer. It just looks more plumey. But it does say that it is super fine alpaca. Comfy looks pretty cool too. Fingering and worsted. So Alpaca Cloud is fingering weight, and then Comfy comes in fingering and in worsted. And it is a mix of 75% Pima cotton, 25% acrylic. Interesting. I like the Andean Treasure Sport Weight 100% baby alpaca. Wonder Fluff. I think the Professor Meow shirt that we'll see later on, I believe it's using the Wonder Fluff, but this is 70% baby alpaca, 7% merino wool, 23% nylon. So these are some nice ones. Here we have Muse. I think it can get the whole, yeah, that's all of the colors in the shot. Ooh. Now these are pretty cool because these are, it looks like it's Aran and heavy worsted, or it says Aran / heavy worsted, so whatever that means. Is it both, or is it like Aran is about heavy worsted? I think that's what that means. Yeah, that's what that means. But I love all these cool different tonalities of the colorways. I haven't really looked at the site much since this catalog came out as far as what all their different yarns are. I bought some yarn when I participated in their knit picks. They had a sale at some point, and I bought some yarn then, but I was specifically going for yarn for the patterns I wanted to make for my knit ahead for the holiday series. And so I got like a fingering weight, which is the Raylight sock that you recently saw, and then I had the worsted weight of the green. It was like a forest green that I was knitting for my brother's cozy armchair socks. But I like these. Some more catalogs there if you wanted to add to your collection. Have some classic wools here. This is what I had. Oh, you guys can't see me pointing. The palette yarn is the one I bought for the Raylight socks that I'm knitting now, and I can't remember the color exactly, but I think it's like fudge or bear or something. It's like a pretty brown. Kind of look, I think it might be this one here. Let's see. Wool of the Andes, I had used for the Tempestry project. They used that one. Lots and lots of colors. Oh, it was brown sugar is the color that I'm using for my brother, or that I'm using for my partner's socks. The Raylight socks that I'm knitting now. But wow, isn't that pretty? Oops. I just love, like, this, the way that everything is organized by color. I love that. Just looking at this is soothing to me. And these, I love those berry colors. So Swish, this one, is actually the one that I used for my brother. I can't remember the color exactly, but I know if I saw it, maybe I would see it. Is it back here? Maybe. I want to say it might have been Douglas Fir is the color. So it wasn't any of these. This doesn't even actually look like teal. This is more of a green. I feel like teal would be maybe like spruce or shoal. But I want to say that Douglas Fir is the one that I was doing for my brother's socks. But, oh man, it's just like, oh, like this. Ah, that just looks so pretty. Luxury cottons. Have any of you guys knit straight up cotton socks? Have any of you guys knit socks with lace weight? I'm curious because I was thinking about it because I'm like, well, socks are great, but you know, if you want something just like a different feel on your feet, like a lace sock is a nice thin wool or thin thread, ply, I guess, yarn weight, and I thought that would be, I mean, of course the fiber components would have to be sturdy enough to be handled and worn in shoes and things, but like I feel like a lace weight would be better for shoes because then you don't feel like so squishy in your shoe. But let me know if any of you have knit either cotton or lace weight socks, just to get some opinions on that. Let's see. Checking a look. What's this? Cedar blocks protect your woolens by repelling moths. Moths. Hawthorne. Okay, so Hawthorne, I have this pattern book, and we're gonna take a look at this one day. This Toasty Toe Socks for All Seasons. I believe every single pattern in it contains a Hawthorne yarn to use. Stroll looks pretty cool too. I like this. I like these. These are cute. I like these as well. This is the, what are these? Helical socks. Knit and stroll. Very cool. Let's see, so you guys can see the rest of that page. I like those two. Puget Sound. Pacific Northwest. I know that area. By the way, I think Knit Picks is a Seattle-based company. Darning egg. I need to look at how do you use this, because I see these in like knitting, Notion, or like tools and things like collections, and I'm like, what does the egg do? How do you use it? And I haven't looked up any videos on what it's used for, or how to use it, why. So one day I will find out, I think. And then, of course, they have over here all of their sock books. Not all of them, but their best sock books, they say. I like this one. Pom Pom Animals. That's cute. I'm following this person now. West Knits. Very interesting. Yarn bowls. See, these are pretty, but I don't know. Something about wooden yarn bowl. I don't know. I'm thinking like I have to find the right material before I can get a yarn bowl. I mean, they're very lovely looking, but I don't think wood is really like my jam. I don't know. Ooh. Let's see. These over here, like that's cute. If those are, I don't know if this is varnished wood or bamboo, but I love those cable cords because they're like tealy. And that color scheme is nice. I like that. And crochet stuff for the people who like to crochet. I gotta learn how to do that. I have the needles too. Like I bought a whole bunch of, or not needles, hooks. I have a lot of crochet hooks, but I don't know how to use them. See, that's that photography. Like all of these colors, these Knit Picks needles together. Everything looks really nice. I was thinking if I did get a interchangeable set. I know these are laminated wood, but the two here are the colorways I like the most, but I feel like it's better to get metal because then it won't wear like wood would. Wood. I crack myself up. And I haven't really even looked. Okay, so I lie. There was like a live stream of All Free Knitting 2 weeks ago, I think, and the person who was doing a demonstration had these really pretty straight needles, and they had like this taper at the end here, but it had like this different color. It looked like maybe it was plastic or acrylic or some kind of polymer that was a different color than the rest of the needle. It had like this flute kind of shape at the bottom. It was very, very, very cool. And I don't know where she got them, but like those were really cool. But I haven't really thought about buying single or straight needles in so long since I'd been using my circulars. And that is the last page, and there's nothing on the back. So we look at two magazines. One was more just a visual therapy of cool squishy yarns and beautiful colors, and then the other one was a little bit of heartbreak with all of the things that need to be seamed together, but otherwise very nice. Some inspiration. Have a few flags in here, so about what, 4 or 5 maybe. Yeah, 4. So there we have it. Thank you for joining me that one evening and now this evening to go over some of the different things we have. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.